Welcome back, everybody, to the Cantina Corner podcast, where we are at max capacity here at the Cantina. So, as always, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a seat, and let's get into today's episode. First things first, this podcast obviously is sponsored by Raise Energy, the company of Rep Sports. If you want to save 15% when you buy anything from Raise Energy, Rep Sports, the company, you can use Cantina Corner, the code Cantina Corner at checkout, save 15%, gets you discounts.
deal.
It's a great deal. Always a great deal. Thank you, Nick. But definitely use that code, save 15% on any of their products. And if you want to find out anything more, just check the links on our Facebook page. So let's get into today's episode. Today, we're going into some video game news. There's I'd say about 5 or 6 things we're going to get into here about video games. But one of the big things that I want to start off with, I know Cody just found this out prior to us doing this episode because we were looking into, I know him and Nick are going to be replaying Resident Evil 7. Is that correct?
Not replaying. First time playing.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. It would be a replay for me because I've played it. But yeah, it's their first playthrough. But when he was looking it up, what was the deal you found? It was Resident Evil 7 plus the pre-order for 8 and Resident Evil Reverse for like $85.
Yeah, it was $79.99 with tax and everything. It came out to 85 something. It was a hell of a deal.
Steal
on Steam.
Through Steam. Yeah.
Hell of a deal.
So if you play on PC and you want to pre-order the new game, plus get obviously the original, which is tied into not the original, but the one in this storyline, Resident Evil 7 is the original to the continuation, which is going to be the new Resident Evil Village, which is 8. Definitely check that out. It's a great deal. Plus you get Resident Evil Reverse in there, which is kind of one of their like side games that they made, but I've heard good and bad things about it. But I mean, hey, if it's in the collection, why not?
Yeah.
That's why I've seen gameplay for Reverse. It kind of looked cool. Looked pretty cool. Like a cool little, mashup multiplayer for Resident Evil universe. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's nice when they like do a little kind of twist on things. They don't put it in the line of games that they have, the main, staple of their games. They just do it on the side so that way it doesn't fuck up anything, which is
Right.
I've always loved that about Resident Evil.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. It's nice when they, big game companies and stuff kind of do that. Give you something a little fresh.
Yeah,
Pretty
for
sweet.
sure. So you guys are cooking up a cool idea from what you guys were talking about with your first playthrough of Resident Evil 7. What were you guys talking about with that?
I think we might do some live video of it. Live gameplay.
Definitely.
Just me and Nick talking through as we play through it. And then, we'll do like weekly updates for people who don't want to sit there and watch a full live on what's going on in the game and the storyline and everything.
Yep.
If you don't feel like playing 7 before Village comes out in like 2 weeks, then we'll get you caught up.
Pretty much. That's what, my brother had bought it for me last year. And I just never really got the chance to get around to playing it. So now with 8 coming out, I was like, I definitely need to, because I know I was asking you, Adam, because at Ethan Winters, I was asking if there was any continuation from 7 and 8, and you were saying, there was some carryover and whatnot. So that's why I was like, you know what? It's time to bear down, get this game beat before 8 comes down. 8 comes out. Sorry. So it's been a long week.
It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me. Books. But yeah, no, 7 is amazing. You guys are gonna love 7. I already know, Nick, you started it a little bit, and you said it was like creepy. Which you have no idea.
It's creepy so far. I've held off yet because, like we said, we're gonna start doing this, this series on Resident Evil 7. So waiting for Cody to get that all going. I think tonight we were talking about maybe doing our first episode.
Yeah.
And just starting it. And my initial thoughts are just like, whew. It definitely went back to the whole like horror aspect of Resident Evil. It doesn't seem like it's so much of like how from 5 on they kind of went really into the action and kind of went away from kind of the horror, which I liked. I dug that. But getting back to it, it's like, oh man, it's just it's a little creepy. I like it.
Yeah, and obviously he's only played a tiny bit. Cody hasn't played it all. But if anyone listening there hasn't touched or looked at this game yet, if you've played the originals like 1, 2, and even 3, like I'm talking original Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, this game 7 to me brought back the feel of that close quarters corridor, like oh shit type of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like it brought that back again. But the way they twisted it was they put it in a first person view. So that like,
I'll tell you what, the first person, it was a little weird at first because you're used to Resident Evil being third person. You see your character and all that, which kind of doesn't make things as like scary and suspenseful. But this first person, I'll tell you what, it feels like it does up that, definitely. I'm digging the first person. I like it.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited for 8. So if you haven't checked out 7 and you know 8's coming out, definitely look at both of those. Get that bundle if you can. I mean, $80. I know it's a
Yeah.
bit of money, especially with the economy and different stuff going on, people not having jobs. But if you have the means, a little bit of disposable income, highly recommend you do this.
Definitely.
Now to get into Seam. I keep saying Seam, Som, Dim Som, Sim. Okay, got it out of my system. Some.
week.
Yes, see, I had to. I had to find a way. I know Cody's going to be excited about this, even though he already knows it's coming out. But there's a couple new PS5 games, gameplay trailers that they just released this past week in the past couple days. I think it was as of today, they released a new Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart gameplay trailer for PS5.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal. Like, just from a graphic, like, I don't even know, technological standpoint with the new PlayStation 5, like, this game looks beautiful. I don't know if you've seen the new trailer. Have you seen it, Cody?
Nope.
Oh my God. It's like, it's more of like a cinematic than it shows like actual gameplay. You see the gameplay, but you could tell they're using like that cinematic, like camera view on some stuff.
Mhm.
And then some stuff, it's like the action, but it looks insane. I mean, I feel seeing gameplay trailers so far, this is the first one I've seen for the PlayStation 5 that really shows what the console can do. Like big time with frame rates, graphics, bringing a staple character or staple franchise back into the PlayStation. I
That
feel
is
like
pretty
this,
sweet.
yeah, this is going to be their first big home run, in my opinion. Unless the game sucks, it could suck. It's Insomniac Games. I
It is
highly
possible.
doubt it. Yeah,
Things
but
suck sometimes. You know, it just happens.
I'm excited for it. I think it looks phenomenal. I mean, because aren't you a big fan of the Ratchet and Clank series, Cody?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play the one. What did they have? They just had one come out, didn't they? For PS3, wasn't there one for PS3?
I believe the last one that
I
they
didn't
had was
play that
PS3. Okay.
But yeah, I mean PS2. That was one of the main games.
I think that was about the last time I played it as well. Was the first? I think it was the first two were on PlayStation 2. I played those pretty good. And they were always fun games. Definitely.
Yeah, because that was back in the day when we had Ratchet and Clank, obviously. Then you had Jack and Daxter, which was another fantastic series that they had on PlayStation 2. And then the one that was kind of like you either hated it or you loved it was that Sly Fox. I can't remember what it was. It was where you had like the hook weapon and you had to like sneak around and do a bunch of stuff. That one I had a lot of fun with too.
I know what game you're talking about. I never played it, but I know what you're talking about. Familiar with it a little bit.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back like Jack and Daxter. It's a long shot. I haven't heard anything from that, let alone looked into it. But I know that was awesome, or some other titles. But I'm glad to see something Sony related finally being like pushed out that looks really, really well done.
Which, quick side note, I may be able to get a PS5.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How
Don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger.
So you have obviously it's just more so like, are you going to pull the trigger because you found someone that's going to have it?
Yeah. They're just selling it at cost.
Oh, really?
That's not bad.
Pretty hard to find. I want to do it. I mean, like stuff like Ratchet and Clank is the only reason that I would want to buy that system is for those exclusives.
Yeah, the exclusives for sure. But like that, MLB The Show, I've kind of been getting the itch to get it.
I was waiting for you to break down. I was waiting for both of you to cave.
Yeah, I've been really thinking about it last week, and a guy I work with, I know you know him, Cody, that Ron I work with, he played softball with us. He's been texting me about it and let me know. He's like, I think they knocked it out of the park this year. And I'm like, well, what do they really do different? He's like, it's just great. He's like, all around gameplay is much more smooth, just less glitches and stuff. It's nice. It's not bad. And I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I'm going to break down here soon and get it too.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the stadium builder part that they put in that? Are you even like excited about that?
Dope. I watched a dude for 2 hours build a stadium, and I was entertained the whole time. They have so much shit.
It's awesome. I'm not one to really get into those modes too much, but the fact that they put it in there to let you do that is pretty awesome. I'd be excited to go and play people's stadiums online when I do.
That's what's dope is that they're playable online.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then also I wonder, and you might know this watching the guy do it, can you like make classic stadiums like from back in the day, or is it all just the modern stuff that they've thrown in?
Oh, you can do retro shit, new shit.
See, that would be cool. I would like to make like a retro stadium for an actual team that I like, like the
Yeah.
Indians or like retro Yankee Stadium, like something like that would be, or even the Boston Red Sox. That would be sweet.
Make League Park. Was it League Park with the ridiculous
League, yeah.
outfield where it just, oh God, it went forever. At a certain point, it's like it was just a inside the park home run. Like,
I just want to make Jacobs Field. That's all I want to do.
well, they technically have that.
In there
I mean, it's
already.
just a progressive field.
Yeah, but no, I'm gonna have Jacobs Field on.
I like it. I like it. Definitely.
Got to keep it going, keep it alive. Flo needs to get the fuck out of my stadium.
Just trying to save you on car insurance, dude.
Yeah, great. So yeah, that's coming out, Ratchet and Clank. That looks really good. If you're a fan of that, definitely check that out. They've released gameplay video of it before, but this is their most recent one as of this week. So I would highly recommend you look at that. One game that I've played a little bit that I wanted these guys to get into whenever they have time. It's a free first-person World War II shooter. It's made from Gaijin Entertainment. It's the same company that makes War Thunder, which is the World War II plane flying game, where you can PvP in the air and all that stuff. Fantastic game too if you like flying. But they just came out with a first-person shooter for World War II, and it is gorgeous. It's an amazing, realistic World War II shooting game. And the reason I'm talking about it now, because it's been on PC for open beta, they've been talking about it going to Xbox and obviously PlayStation 5 as a free open beta as well. So you could play it on there, kind of like Fortnite, free access, download all that bit. And it's live right now. So if you have a PlayStation 5, I don't know about Xbox, but PlayStation 5, you can play it. It's one that you guys really need to check out. It's like the movement on it, obviously it's in beta. There's a little wonkiness when it comes to some of the movement, but the guns sound amazing. They look nice. I mean, the feel of it is like Battlefield, but it's like their version of it, and it's got an MMO style to it. So when you go into the game, you can play two different modes. You can do single player, where you just drop in as yourself, and every time you die, you respawn and drop back in. And you have to capture points and do everything exactly like Battlefield is. Or you can do their MMO version, where basically you drop in with a squad of you and then however many people you have in the squad. You can customize your squad. They're just AI teammates unless you're actually playing with people. And you can customize their loadouts. If you die, and you've got squad mates that are still alive, you can just switch right over to one of them and then keep going. You can order them around to do stuff. I mean, it's just very interactive. And then you can level up. I mean, obviously it's got a pack system where you earn, currency, and you roulette the packs and you get different weapons, or like this guy's a 2-star, that guy's a 3-star. All the stars mean is you can like give them more abilities per star that you have.
Similar to Battlefront type deal.
Yeah, it's hard to explain unless you see it, but it's a very unique way of taking the Battlefield World War II type of game and making it something more like there's more replayability to it.
Okay,
And it looks fantastic. The game's beautiful. It's got that Battlefield type of graphics to it. Like, it just looks flawless. I mean, they got the D-Day mission in there. Oh, they even separate campaigns. So when you play online, you can pick one campaign where it's the Germans and the Americans, where you get like D-Day, storming the beach, the whole bit. You do all those different places. Then they've got another campaign you can switch over to. So when you play online, you're doing the Chinese and the Russians. So you can do that. Like, it's really cool. If you're a history buff, I highly recommend it too. The reenactments for it are awesome. And the tanks, because War Thunder is a very realistic flying game, the tank systems in that game are hard as shit.
Yeah.
Like when you're driving and moving, that turret's going like this. And when you're trying to move and do stuff, like it goes with gravity, you have to control everything. Like, it's very realistic. So there's a cinematic for it that I want to show these guys afterwards. Look it up when you can, whoever's watching or listening. It's on YouTube. Just look up Enlisted. It's by Gaijin Entertainment. Very, very well done game. This one I don't know anything about other than watching the gameplay trailer that PlayStation 5 announced. I highly doubt you guys know about this, but tell me if you do. It's called Necromunda Hired Gun.
Oh yeah.
It's like you've heard about it?
No.
It's like, oh shit. This game, first of all, graphic wise looks beautiful, but it basically looks like if Doom and Fallout had a baby. Like, it's a very interesting game, like very gory. as far as the Doom aspect goes, but then it's like in a Fallout type of universe, kind of like post-apocalyptic, underground. I really don't know how to explain it, but they've only had one gameplay trailer. Not much to talk about other than you have to see it. It looks really intense. Looks really, really interesting. I know this is kind of just me talking here, but the
You're good.
video game stuff coming out right now, there's like not much to discuss with it. One, I don't know if you guys know about this one. Have you guys ever heard of a PC medieval first person fighting game called Chivalry? It's like been on Steam forever, like the first one. It's like one of like the games a lot of people have played.
Can't say I have, but it sounds interesting.
It
I love
sounds
medieval games.
familiar.
Yeah, it's literally a first person medieval fighting game. So you pick like if you're an archer, if you're, wielding an axe, a knight, whatever, and you actually have to time your movements, move the mouse in certain ways. Like if you're going to slice somebody, if you move the mouse this way, that way your sword hits faster instead of waiting for it to like come around. You can parry. Like the mechanics that they've done. They just released Chivalry 2. It's not officially out, but it just got done with closed beta these past 5 days. Actually, today was the last day. I don't know why I just found out about it, but it was in closed beta from like the 21st through the 26th. It looks nuts. The trailer's hilarious. They throw a lot of comedy into it, but the fighting, I mean, you could just walk up and just cut someone's head off. I mean, you're getting into like full on like medieval fights at a massive scale, but all in first person.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. That'd be really sweet.
It looks like a good like get with the boys, everyone be drinking and playing that game. Like it
Chopping.
looks like a hell of a good time. Hell of a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I love medieval games, so I'd definitely check that out.
Yeah, you guys, I would really like it. The first one was good, but the second one, I mean, just looks fucking unreal. Not much other than that to go over. There is an update with COD. I guess one of the directors of COD has come out and talked about how he is extremely upset with the cheaters, surprisingly. And
Finally?
he based, huh?
Finally.
Yeah. Well, he came out basically in a statement saying that he's more upset with the cheaters than the players are because
I don't
not
believe
only
you.
Yeah, they would have
Well,
done something forever ago if that was the case.
well, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is that he was trying to make the argument that yes, it's ruining the game, the cheating, but not only is it ruining the game, but he says it's also basically like he didn't say it in these words, but I'm just summing it up, shitting on all the hard work, some of the best work that he says him and his team have done to make this game, and just turning into a laughing stock.
So it's hitting his pocketbook because people don't want to buy the game because of cheaters, and that's why all of a sudden he's upset because this hard work that they put into it. If they
Yeah.
cared that much, they would have done something forever ago about it.
Yep. I highly agree.
It's not like it's brand new all of a sudden to this Call of Duty. Like the shit's been going on forever.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know Cody, you've been playing more than me and Nick have. Like, have you like lost like interest in continuing to play because of all these like random shit that has been happening with cheaters and like barely any map changes? And I mean, what's like your thoughts on the state of COD?
I go through waves, man. There's times where it's just like I'll go like a month where I play like once or twice, but I mean, lately I've been playing a lot because right now the game is pretty fucking balanced after this last update. Honestly, it's a lot of fun right now. But of course, there's fucking, spots where you can get underneath the map right now, and people are fucking exploiting that like crazy. So it's like you can't go to airport, you can't go to stadium because you're gonna get shot from the ground.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's been live since the update. It's like, why haven't we fucking like? We all know this is here. Patch it. Let's go.
Why wouldn't they do like a hot fix or something immediately and just like
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's one of the things he actually talked about was those 3 spots that's become like the new griefing area, and they said that you don't even have to do anything special to get in those areas. You just have to know where to go, and you can get right into the map like it's nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So fix it. Stop getting pissed at people for exploiting your fucking some of your best work. Do better.
Some of our best work. People could just walk in this area and go into the map. It's my finest work. No, I don't know. I was happy with the update for some parts, like the new gulag. I love the new gulag.
Great, finally.
Yeah, because there's so much replayability with it. There's not like a couple patterns that people get down and it's like, which one is he going? Like in the new gulag, like I haven't figured out a solid pattern yet. I just kind of go at random, and it's nice because there's so many different angles, there's elevations, there's different vantage points. They've got spots for you to actually go up
Yeah.
you know, into that house. Like I love it. I thought that was, leave it to them to only be able to fix one thing because it was in a minute area.
Yeah. It's like its own little mini map.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it a lot, which makes the gulag better because the gulag was pissing me off before because I suck as it
Mhm.
is already, and then you're giving me 3 lanes to choose from. It's like I'm like a rat in a cage.
Despite all that rage.
Still just a rat in a cage.
Yep.
But yeah, so I mean, let us know what you think of new COD updates and you know with the new map and stuff like that. I know we really haven't talked about you know much of that since that just happened. This is our first time getting into video games since then. But there's some good and there's some bad with it. So we'll see if they fix anything. I already know that I'm pissed off that right when you get in the helicopter, you know, when they're showing you about when you're about to jump, my guy is just straight all polygons until he
Yeah.
walks to the edge of the back of the copter.
Here's something I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
I find it fucking hilarious that they drop you off in a fucking 1980s. I don't know if it's an Apache. It's not an Apache, obviously, but whatever it is, it's like an attack helicopter that you jump out of, kind of like Blackout. But then you get picked up by a fucking Apache, like a brand new one. You know, it's not the same fucking one you jump out of. It's the same one they had in Verdansk before it was nuked. It's literally the same helicopter. Like, really? We couldn't change the cosmetic of this helicopter to match the theme? Like,
It's their finest work, dude.
and why am I still not hearing Fortunate Son when I win a goddamn game? That's what I want to know. Now we're in 84. Give me the goddamn music.
Never made sense that they didn't put that in there. So stupid.
See, I've never made it to. I haven't won a game probably in like a year and a half to 2 years. So I don't even know. I didn't even know about that helicopter. But that's sad.
Me, Troy, and Perp and Chad caught a fat ass dub last night. Like a fat one. I think we had like almost 50 kills.
Jesus
in the
Christ!
Squad. It was a fat ass dub.
See, this is why I can't play with you because I'll get in your lobbies and
dude,
just
I made
murdered.
a badass push for the end. It was 3 teams left, and we were in Boneyard. We knew they were fighting in the hangar, and Perp, Troy, and Chad were together, and I got like cut off from them. And I was like, I'm making a crazy push. I threw on the gas mask and I wrapped all the way around in the gas. And when I got to the end, I just watched the 2 teams fight. I just stood there. I watched them fight, and then I shot the last guy. Game over. I was going to try to humiliate him, but he turned around. I was like, damn it. I wanted the humiliation victory.
You just let them kill each other?
I literally was like, they were fighting not like 10 meters from me. Like, I was just standing there inside the hangar that they were fighting at, just watching them. Because I was like, whoever survives this, I'm humiliating the fuck out of them.
I was waiting for you to say, like, you put on the gas mask, went all the way around, came in guns a-blazing, just destroyed both teams.
No. I only killed one guy. I only killed one guy. I mean, I think I had 9 kills that game. So I had done my part up to that point. Herp had like 17. Herp was on fire.
He's always on fire.
He's
really good at that game. Him and Troy are ridiculous, especially with Troy. Fucking shout out to Deranged Gaming and Purple Dreams Gaming, both of them who we're talking about here. Troy is always so beautiful with his shoot somebody the minute it's coming out. There's like no delay. It's just like knife. Like he is so slick with that.
Throwing knife finish, So way to go, man. Thirster kills him instantly.
Oh, I know, but it just the way he makes it look looks so easy. And I watch him like his face as he's doing it, and he's just like sitting there all calm. But I'm just seeing like he's just.
It's like those TikToks where once you clutch up, and the guy's like, "GG's," and he's drinking his water, and he's like,
"Yep."
That's why you never show your hands. That's why I give mad credit to people who stream their face, and then they have a stream right where their keyboard and hands are. But yes, we'll see. We'll see if they fix the shit that we just talked about in COD. Highly doubt it, but it's fine.
Probably not.
Give them a season.
They've had since the game was created.
I know.
They've even had
the guns are finally balanced right now.
That kind of work that he's talking about they put into this takes time, okay?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't think you understand the gravity of this pandemic, dude.
God, come on. Be a little sensitive, Adam.
See, no, I'm not going to be sensitive when there's games like Apex out there that are literally coming out with another new way to play Battle Royale It's about to come out with the arenas,
Mm.
and
yeah.
it's like what is Call of Duty doing? Why is Call of Duty more popular than Apex? When Apex, I think it's because Apex takes more skill.
Apex does
takes
take more skill. No
a
doubt.
hell of a lot more skill. And then you get these idiots that can't hack it, so they won't go into it. And then you get the people who are these children that are just like, "Oh, this is stupid. Why do you get to wall run and then not take fall damage and all this stuff?" And it's like, go back to Call of Duty. Let's go back to Call of Duty and yell about how you don't even shoot somebody, and then you tell your teammates that he's almost knocked, and then they get pissed at you and
One
you ruin your
shot.
friendships.
Correct. Listen,
Yeah,
my
it's like-
call outs are always on point. That's all I gotta say.
Personally, I do enjoy Apex more than Call of Duty nowadays. I haven't really played it much BRs lately at all, but I do enjoy Apex a lot more than Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Just
it's a more polished game.
They constantly update it. They're constantly doing things. They got three maps. They're about to put in a new game mode. Like that alone, too, to me is like these people actually care about the game they made, and they care about making it a better version every time they come out with something, instead of just slapping some shit together, put it out, and be like, "Oh, this is some of our best work. We're pissed at the cheaters, but this is some of our best work."
Here's the problem. When Call of Duty came out, they put a massive emphasis on the campaign. Like that was the huge thing. Like, oh my God, Call of Duty's going back to a campaign.
And it was good.
They had all these Navy SEALs work on the story so that it was legit. And that was their main focus. It was not Warzone. Like Warzone, yes, was, it was going to be free. It was a free to play, come play Call of Duty. It was to get you to come play Call of Duty. And it turned into, it didn't take rocket science to understand that was going to be the most popular mode. But
Yeah.
that was not
Right.
their main focus out the gate.
Yeah,
No,
but they've done left that gate for a long time now. So
I understand they do every time. I don't know why people get surprised about it. I mean, look at Blackout. Blackout was a fucking phenomenal game mode that they didn't touch until Apex came out. Once Apex came out, they literally started making changes.
Yep. They were content with what they made. They didn't feel like they needed to improve it or anything until they were threatened by Apex.
And they still continue to do that because, like I was about to say, Apex has already made how many new maps? I mean, they've made 2 since the original, so they've got a total of 3 that they've had. Then they had the Halloween event, which was, you drop in and then you get turned into a zombie-like creature and it can go attack other players and stuff like that. What did Call of Duty do? Next time they did the same exact thing with their zombies, and it was like they just copy and paste all this shit. And it just bothers me. It bothers me so much.
I understand it. It's annoying, man, but they're in the business of making money. They don't have to put out any content. People are still going to come play their game and buy the cosmetics and all that fucking bullshit. I mean, they've had over 100 million players on Warzone alone. That's fucking insane.
Yeah,
For as bad as they've treated the game, that's fucking insane.
It's like we talked about. It does come down to the consumer too. The consumers need to make that stand with their pocketbooks that, hey, we're not going to buy this game if this is what you're going to continue to do. But it doesn't quite happen. And I mean, I'm guilty of it myself. So I'm not necessarily, I do the same thing. So
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. And another thing too, it just like when I was talking about Enlisted earlier, since we're talking kind of like the state of like where games are, Enlisted is they're not an indie developer, they're reputable, but they're not as big as Activision as far as making Call of Duty, and they can make a nice, flawless game. And it's like games like that I wish got more attention. You know what I mean? Like I wish more people. Obviously, they've got a ton of player base on there, but I wish more games like that would get attention. And then I think a hard part with these free games is that the younger generation keeps them alive. Because that's the popular thing. It's all their friends play. It's what they want to play.
It's not just that, man. It's what the streamers are playing.
That's another thing. The kids are watching streamers, and then older people are watching streamers, and not to mention the money that these streamers, every time a new battle pass comes out, they just buy the whole thing. So they don't have to wait and grind through it, so they can have the stuff because they know people want to see it used, and then that's just money per streamer like crazy.
Yep.
Crazy industry.
Because I just heard, and speaking of shooters, this is another gaming news thing. I haven't looked into it, but I just heard that Battlefield's making a mobile game now.
Yeah, they're making it mobile, but their emphasis is on their BR mode for Battlefield 6, right? That's the one that's coming out.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that one.
Their emphasis, obviously, what did Firestorm, was that the stupid ass one they tried to add to 5?
Yeah, it
because
was
they weren't ready
trash.
for BR, but they just threw one out there and it was fucking garbage.
It was horrible.
6,
Horrible.
supposedly the BR mode was their focus. They didn't care as much about campaign or multiplayer maps. They put their focus on BR. And honestly, that's what people are going to play. I don't like, yeah, it's great to go and play Search and Destroy every now and then in Call of Duty, but we don't do that very often anymore.
Mm.
There's no point to play that unless you're going to be competitive and actually play pro, because you need to know that stuff. Like it's dead in the water unless you're doing it for that. Unless you're playing the, what do they got? The ranked, whatever it is,
Yeah, the
that you
league.
can do for that. Yeah, the league play, which I didn't even touch Call of Duty Cold War League play. When they finally came out with that, I was like, no. I actually uninstalled it the other day. I haven't touched it in like a week. I was like, I need space. You're gone.
Cold War wasn't bad. When
It
we're all
wasn't
playing
bad.
it.
It just got boring.
We just all got on different schedules, I think. That's what Call of Duty is, man. I mean, it's a social game.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because I even tried to play BR solos on Warzone today and the past couple days, and I play like a couple matches, and I'm like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
You
I'm
gotta
just
play
not
with
having
someone.
fun. Not having fun.
You know, because I mean, you could just dick around, you know, do stupid shit and not care what happens. That's what me and Troy end up doing. So
I usually do that when I'm solo because I don't have to worry about listening to anyone else's call outs or where they want to go. I just run around, collect items, and look for people to kill and hope for the best. That's all I do.
Collect items for the next person to kill you, so they don't gotta collect.
Someone's got to do the work, dude.
Yep.
What is that joke that this guy, I forgot where I heard it from, but he was talking about like when the apocalypse happens and people are like, yeah, stock up on supplies. And it's like, no, because you're just looting up stuff for the biggest guy in the block. You're going shopping for him.
Big facts.
So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it that I have for video game news. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that PS5 is coming out with, like I said, Resident Evil, all the big stuff that you can look out on right now. You go to IGN, that's where I see a lot of things, and I go to, you know, Game Tech, Game Radar, all those different sites. You can find these sources as well. But is there anything that you guys thought of during that you wanted to touch in on?
No, just
really.
just people stay tuned for our Resident Evil 7 series, or you know, I guess we can call it a series that we'll be doing till 8 comes out, really. So
Yeah, definitely stay tuned for that, and it'll be really fun to see you guys interact, comment, and stuff like that on those, and see these guys' opinion on this game because it's phenomenal, and I'm excited to see what they say about it specifically. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us. As always, thank you guys for continuing to listen. Support if you made it to the end of this episode. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure, you know, I should have said this in the beginning, but it is what it is. Go like, share, follow all of our stuff. YouTube, Twitter, Cantina Corner, Facebook. Type that in anywhere you're going to find us and share your support. And we will catch you next time.
Peace.
cheers.